We're here with assistant coach Jeff Palumbo, who takes care of the defense. And Coach Palumbo, last year, how difficult was it managing 3 freshmen on the infield? Not many teams can say they had that.
Well, I think when you talk about managing 3 freshmen, I think any time, whether it's pitching wise, offense, defense, I think when they come in as freshmen, there's always going to be a little bit of a lack of confidence in some ways, just in terms of adjusting to college baseball. The speed of the game is a lot different when they take that next step coming from the high school level. And a lot of guys obviously play at a high level in summer baseball, but really when you get here to the Division I level, the speed of the game is a big difference for those guys, and I think getting acclimated to it, the guys did a good job. I think you saw the development over the course of the year, mostly in terms of them getting comfortable with each other. I think that when they came in, all of them were competing in some ways with each other, for positions. And I think as the season went on, you saw them get a little bit more comfortable, whether it was Austin and Darnell in the middle of the field. And really, when you talk about Chris Talladay, he wasn't even coming into play necessarily third base. So Chris really did a great job in terms of adjusting to third base, kind of on the run in some ways. And really did a great job just kind of making the basic plays for us, which is what we needed him to do, really.
So is that the difference this year? They're just a lot more comfortable going into their second season, or is there something else that they progressed more at?
I think definitely. I think in terms of confidence, those guys certainly are carrying themselves differently on the infield. Obviously, they've had a chance to get a year under their belt at this level and have certainly made those adjustments, speed of the game wise. And I also think they understand what is expected of them, from Coach Rooney and obviously Coach Gowan and myself on down. I think they know the style of game that we want to play, and they're in a much better position to make the routine plays and take care of the baseball. And really, when you talk about playing at a high level, you certainly need to do that. And I think that those guys have been around it enough, with 1 year under their belt, to have a better feel for what needs to take place for us to be a successful defensive team, especially on the infield. Okay,
well then, as far as if we get closer to opening day, then what is maybe the one thing that you want to focus on the most going into February 18th?
I think it's huge this part of the year for them simply to play. We're fortunate, obviously, having the weather that the rest of the country doesn't, where we can get out and really go play, just play the game. And I think that the guys have been able to do that the way we've set up the schedule in preseason, the way coaches set it up. And, repetition is a big thing this time of year, and they've done that. They understand what they need to do to get themselves prepared. We kind of took a different approach leading up into the middle of January, and obviously now the 3-4 weeks before, we want to make sure we kind of in some ways just recover the basics for them, from a team standpoint, that they know what they need to do and what we need to do, and obviously just kind of go play and get the reps they need to get themselves prepared for the 18th.
Well, Coach Palumbo, thanks for sharing the insight with us, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.